There was a particular period of time that people could protect some of you, but you went off the pitch. There was a period of time that a lot of persons thought you were working for their good, and they were willing to preserve and protect you. But I want to say this: your strategy has gone off, and you deserve not only to live in a prison, but to be killed. Because I want to say this, I want to remind some of you, I'm not in for violence, but I want to say this. If you remember very well the very culture in which we come from, when somebody chooses to take the life of another, your life deserves to be taken as well. I am not supposed to be saying this. The mercy of God might locate you if you choose to give in to the plea of the President of the Republic. But listen to me, most of you have gone beyond the borders and you don't deserve mercy.
Okay, your first reaction when you first got the information, I'm sure you've also made calls back in Mamfe. Any of your relatives touched or friends?
I got this news very early because a young colleague who is actually working with me lost 2 family members. So it actually, I will tell you that this young man, for the whole day in school, we struggled to even lock the school gate so that he could not go out because he was so disturbed. At one point he even shot his phone, and because calls kept coming in. Just imagine that one of the kid brothers who had left, whether they call it Bachontai or well like that, and just arrived that day, just came and met his doom. It's very sad. It's very sad. When I struggle, because you know these criminals, their modus operandi is in such a way that after perpetrating any act, they try to doctor stories and bring them out. But then I want to believe that from what I got from the source there, these people ought to have been protected. And I want to think that the vigilance of the Cameroon government should be doubled at this time. If a brigade post used to have just 30 elements, they should go up to what they should be triple, because it is now crystal clear that liberators have become predators. As I'm talking here, as a matter of fact, my family have paid a price, and today I'm feeding people in Douala, adults who were supposed to be back in their villages eating from their farms, and today they are displeased. I am carrying the weight, like you are carrying the weight. All of us here, that's Apostle Media, this Prof Market. From what I have seen, all the 4 of us on this platform, there is nobody here who has not been running around from left to right looking for food to feed displaced people, adults who have their farms back home. It is true that there was an Anglophone crisis, but I don't want to talk about Anglophone crisis today. I want to talk about the atrocities caused by the very people who said they were protecting Anglophones. If there was another adjective that qualifies the nature of these people, which is more than the word the beast that Dr. Apostle Ambe said a while ago, I would have used it, because I don't see a reason why you kill your own people who are the soft target. If you said you learned that Senator Tabetano was in town for the celebration of the CPDM, you would have gone for him. He has the military, there are Jews in this area, there's the governor in this region. You leave the governor, you go for people, our poor mothers, many of whom have not even been to school. They don't even understand the gymnastics of what is happening in the country. They are just quietly staying there. And one of the things I've discovered, Mr. Leo, is that these boys, there is no iota of conscience left in them anymore. If not, these people who have remained in the villages is simply for the fact that they don't have anywhere to go. If you come to the village again, you are forcing them to leave by killing all of them. It tells you that what started up as a genuine fight today has been turned into a criminal issue. These are thieves, bandits of the highest order that have developed in the Anglophone community.
Okay, let us take a...
Okay. I want to think that at this particular point in time, those in diaspora who are championing this cause, there is a need for them to answer squarely.
How can military kill generals and generals kill innocent civilians? It doesn't tie. It doesn't make sense. If at all the generals are actually generals, they should confront the generals that kill their generals. I don't see how an innocent, armless civilian will be confronted by people who are fully armed. I think even in the Geneva Convention, you who's armed, we are not supposed to confront armless individuals. What we are facing right now with Hamas and Israel is that people are agitating because innocent civilians in Gaza are dying. But they were not the ones who stirred up the fire that came up. It was Hamas terrorist group that started bombing Israel. And then now Israel is now throwing missiles and rockets launchers. They are killing people now in Gaza. The whole world is agitating because they say Israel is killing innocent civilians. So if people pick gun and confront people who carry gun, if the ones who carry gun are being killed, why then do you confront somebody who is armless? Because that tells me you do not know your target. Number two, you don't know your enemy. Confront your enemy. And thirdly, you know you are not strong enough to confront the person that killed your general. Because civilians don't kill generals. Armless women don't kill generals. 16-year-old girl who is even pregnant that you raped before you kill doesn't kill generals. The people that kill generals are the military forces. The military forces are right there in Manfi. The gendarmes are there, the police are there, the armed forces are there. Why don't you get your guns to confront him that carries gun? First of all, according to international law, you are against the international constitution where you take gun to confront somebody who does not have gun. For you to have confronted civilians with gun where you know very well that they are armless, definitely you are a criminal by international law. True. So I think if you were to face another man that carries a gun, they will say you are doing self-protection, because you must understand the nuance between confronting somebody who has no gun and confronting somebody who has a gun. When somebody has a gun, you have a gun, it is called self-protection or self-defense. Let me use the right word, self-defense. But for you to carry gun and go and confront innocent women who are armless, women who are having no defense, no mechanism in place, you shoot them down. After shooting them down, or rape some of them, shoot them down, then kill them and burn them. That tells you that you actually, first and foremost, do not even know who you are fighting. Secondly, you have proven to the world that you are not strong enough to confront a person who is killing you. And thirdly, that is a public display of defeat. We as Cameroonians, and especially those of us from southern Cameroon, we will not take this thing that we in the name of protecting the people you were protecting, you have now turned to be killing the same people, and this thing keeps repeating itself over and over and over and over and over. We have decried these things over and over. We've called upon you over and over. We have brought your attention over and over. Go and confront military forces. If we hear tomorrow that your general was killed and a military man was killed in return, then it is get head for head, tooth for tooth. But now you are like trying to confront civilians who are very harmless. Now, for your information, anybody you see still in any Anglophone region in the north and the southwest are the most desperate Anglophones. I repeat, the most desperate Anglophones who do not have anywhere to run to. Those who have their means have moved to other towns that have security. Some have moved to other nations that have security. The ones you still stay in there, despite all the crossfire that took place from 2017 2018, houses were being burned, people were being raped. You get up in the morning, you see corpses littered everywhere. If you see somebody still in any of those villages right now, is a person who is like in between the devil and the deep blue sea. They have nowhere to run to. So for you again to be massacring these people to this extent, you are telling the rest of the people to disappear into thin air because they neither have anywhere to go. Even the village that they talk, let us stay here and die. They choose to stay there, and they are there. This is bad.
Let us get reactions from 2 women who were victims of that attack through the voice of our Southwest-based correspondent, Moki Regai.
As I hear that way them, I woke up near the camp. I don't come stand for you. The boys can't come out stand so. Then I want to see. Wait them. I just stand like here, I know to hear them. I need to hear what you ready to do. Then I want to see move on. As I stand for you, I need fear no man, I fear my God. As I stand for you, I say plan to 8 gun. Now gun this. No be saying I yes, say now gun this for my corner. Then as he shoot and so, he move the cartridge. He flash the touch, move the cartridge, try and down. He start the walk, or the flash to the go. Flash to the go. And the following for that. I say, man, see what you want to do, fine. He come. And the following for that. He enter. Me and enter. As I enter, and I saw stand. He stand for here. Now suppose we know. She don't quite part today. She don't cover. If I know the sick place, she don't use to put the face for them. I woke up. I stand so. Now suppose we know. Stand away. We say her phone. But she don't quiet. Give me your phone. She don't quiet. Then I want to see the flash touch the big phone for pillow. I get quiet. He tell me, give me your password. I say I not lock my phone. Carry the phone go. Come on. With the phone to I see come on the phone to joke. I want to see come on side. Come back for us. I say Papa, that's what happened. That's what you hear that song for God inside corner where I do for TV. And they will shoot the gun.
May I share?
Thank you, Papa.
So how are they share?
It's sleeping. You know, as I woke up from morning time, that time where they shoot around 2:42, I hear the sound. I woke up, she don't know my Bible there. I just study, meditate. I say, Papa God, cover this house with the blood of Jesus. Papa God, no great anything happen for this house with picking the files. Papa God, let me say as I talk so. The Atröcious attack my boy with the work for Caritas. He claim on touch feeling. Another one follows it to point touch for see what I go see, succeed. Calm down now. Come meet on my girlfriend today for middle door. Come. It is stressful. But it one now. It one rapey. The girl they no give chance. You know give chance. That's why blam. That's why the blam. Now you see corner so that's why it go hospital. He come from just here. He come for here. The guy go the pin go hospital yesterday. Go prescribe medicine. I will let it take so. Then they come down now for me. Well, what did it happen for up? And I didn't know. I didn't say only for meditate for my God. Then you can't enter now. Do the way I tell you so.
Thank you.
Thank you, Papa.
So which thing you tell Cameroon government for the Palava?
My own words talk now say. All this time, from that 240 something when that boy they can't start military they here gone. Military they surround Manfi. They begin they don't enter Manfi. As they hear that sound, if they be even alert themselves say men will surround these boys. These boys they know for succeed come out go out empty way they know hit even one boy for say them to the day of for protect we. But they allow the boys they don't come out all they go. Then they can carry the cops the way they don't burn kill put on motor go mortuary. After they don't do that act, they don't military. The military they have to do it. And for protect we know, we need to support those boys. You see military man, he salute you, but those boys, man, we greet. I need salute me them. I need to see me them take them like anything. Now them that one Kiwi, military they town, military they Manfi, military they Beko, military they Manfi, small Manfi. Cause to the worry me. So, they all over.
Thank you, mommy.
The day inside house with my master, with my feet on, they can't be seen. As they stand now, they can't be seen, they sleep. The day inside house with my 4 children, as that one son can't be able to kill my master, kill my other uncle. And then my children succeed, they run, come up, giving me to what they succeed. The other my uncle succeed, they kill me. They my dream on me. As I go now, I think I will take the money. Start calling them. So they hold my back now.
You talk about money?
Yes, money. They take money from me. They take 200,000.
So what if you take Cameroon government for this palaver?
One said Cameroon government for this once they say they make a meeting. It will not finish all of that because we don't know how to do it. We don't know whether the things will increase. Then they make a meeting.
Okay, thank you. What is your own name? Obi Pascali.
Reactions are from some victims of the attack in Mamfe that occurred 2 days ago. Very, very difficult. But to say that today the population of Mamfe came out on the instructions of a man of God, a prophet, who asked them that God has asked them to move to a particular position and to make that move 7 times, and requested that they carry ground. And spontaneously, the people came out. Let's take a look at what happened in Mamfe today. The elements may not see is not ready, but Apostle Amba Valentine Gua, were you sure? Okay? Okay. The people really came out en masse and followed exactly what the prophet wanted them to do, and said what they want is peace because they are tired of this. Okay, that was Mamfe today. A population moving there with ground taken from the soil, that is called soil, and they prayed today, and they were following what the man of God said. He gave that instruction yesterday and said that they must do it today, and instantly the population came out in search of a solution. Do we see a people who themselves do not know who to trust and are looking for their solution any way possible?
Mr. Leo, what I can interpret from that particular video is a state of desperation.
Mm-hmm.
A people looking for a solution by all costs. Anglophones or people from the northwest and southwest are fed up. They are desperately in need of a solution to the killings, the continuous killings of their people. You cannot imagine that you are with somebody today before you imagine the next day he's dead or she's dead because somebody got angry with claims that a general or whatsoever, I don't know who made them generals, has been killed. I don't know if you were involved in the appointment of these individuals to be generals, but as it happens, that is proof of desperation, Mr. Liu. So they are looking for the opportunity that says, okay, if you say this is what can solve this problem, then we are going to do it. So if a man of God said, you should pick ground, make a move. They all went out to do it because they think that the government, which they were looking up to as a solution to their problem, is failing them. Let's be sincere. The government of Cameroon has gone quiet. Just listen to what that mother said. The military was sent in that Mamfe not to sleep but to protect them. But it all happened that they heard sounds of guns, like the people of Babanki said the other day, that guns were being shot all over, but nobody reacted. And the military is in the palace, in the village. The funny thing is that the phone was in the village, and those boys went into the palace to kill the phone. When the phone is the one who wrote and asked that the military should be brought to the village. They went into the palace and they could not find him, and they destroyed his car. They kidnapped individuals. When they came to Mamfe, they did not spare anybody. But the military was not far. Why did that happen? I'm not in any way blaming the military. They might not have been equipped enough. But what I'm saying is this. If the military was sent there, you have sent there, you choose the military because you are willing to die for the nation in order to protect the citizens. So, even though I said I don't want to blame you, but this is a direct blame. Because you should be willing to die to protect the people. How comes that these people were being killed and none of you reacted when it is shameful? But this does not stop me from telling those criminals, I'll call them criminals till tomorrow, when out killing their own people. You cannot kill the people that you claim. You went to the streets, you went out, pick guns to protect. You are criminals and you don't need any salvation. It is shocking. God is so merciful. He can save you. And I also want to believe that the president had given you a way out. The DDR is a way out for some of you. But if you choose not to, we are invoking the Spirit of God. In fact, we are invoking the ancestors of our land to speak against you, to destroy you people, for choosing to destroy the children they left behind. You are wicked. Some of you, so stupid as you are, you go on social media and you are telling me that my days are short. You are stupid.
Okay.
God have mercy on you people, but I want to say that your wickedness is not going to stay long.
Okay.
The fact that you choose to kill a people, I am too emotional at this moment. I won't control my emotions, but what you have done cannot be forgiven easily.
In the beginning of the crisis, there was a strong agitation for secession. Then from there it dwindled down to federalism. Then from there it went down to confederation. Then finally it came down to decentralization. Now the people are not even looking for any system of government anymore. They don't want secession, they don't want federation, they don't want confederation, they don't want decentralization. What they are looking for right now is not a system of government or a form of the state. They are looking for peace. So if you ask them to drink urine now, I'm a figure and a voice in this nation. If I were the one that came on air and said, hey, people will wake up from today henceforth, you're going to stay for 7 days fasting, they will take it without any pinch of salt. They will take it exactly because they have come to, in what we call in the driving school, a dead end. A dead end is where you drive in the driving school, you come, there is no road going forward, there's no road coming backward. So that's a dead end. So the Anglophones have come to a dead end, and this dead end is a place where anything they offer you at that level, you consume it. It's when somebody has been sick for too long, they say urine is the last recipe or the last solution to your problem, you will drink urine. So if you tell Anglophones right now, any part of the nation of Cameroon in the Anglophone region, whether northwest or southwest, so I come on it and I say, hey, Anglophones in Babanki, for you to get out of the crisis right now, you are going to declare 3 days fasting, and we're going to see this will turn up in the village, it will turn out. That is because the people have come to a position whereby anything you offer as a solution to them, they will accept it. If you ask any sincere Anglophone writer that what system of government or what form of state are you agitating for, they will tell that, brother, leave that form of state. What we need now is peace. I want to go back to my village. I want to plant huckleberry again. I want to plant pumpkin again. I want to roast corn close to my fireside. I want to eat again hunted beef from the bush. I want to sit back and go to my farm and do activities as I used to do. I don't have peace anymore where I am. Let me go back, please. In the Cameroon now, with the Cameroon before the crisis, which one do you choose? I will choose the Cameroon before the crisis. Because why? They have tested and they are able to compare what they had and what they have now. So this is something that has come to educate us and to teach us to understand that if you don't appreciate what you have in your hand, wait until you lose it. When you lose what you have in your hand, you will learn to appreciate it when next you find it. I think every Anglophone from the north and the southwest now should be able to understand that what they thought was worst wasn't the worst. We have now finally entered into the worst. Because this is exactly where we are right now, very desperate, very frustrated. It is not just here in Cameroon. People call me all over the world. All over the world. People come because they know I have been on this issue since 2016 speaking on it. I must tell you, and I said that, I say any political scientist or analyst who maintains his defense on one particular point, it means the person is not flexible. I have been following this crisis from the very beginning, and I've been giving analysis based on what is happening. I can tell the Anglophones right now that they are at a dead end, and they are at a position whereby it's only them that have the final solution to this crisis. And the solution is that the same way they obey the voice of the prophet to march into the street, they should equally collaborate with all elements put in place to make sure that these activities are going to be brought down. Lastly, Mr. Leo, you realize that the government had so much at hand to handle. In 2016-2017, there were crises in Lebi Alem, in Saw, in Bamenda, in Buya, in Muya, everywhere. You realize that from my 16 to my 17 to Buya and part of Munya and Kumba, those places have now calmed down. Why does the government not take the energy it has, concentrate in the areas that are too hot right now to crack down the rest of the activities? Because it is rather a war strategy should be engaged right now by the state to make sure that they concentrate the energy they have right now in the places that are still too very hot. Because you can't tell me that there's any crisis anymore in Buya. Everywhere is calm in Buya. You cannot tell me there's crisis anymore in some places in Bamenda. Places are cold, very like Bamenda and places. Why now you realize guns are still smoking in Manfi, some still smoking in this place? Why don't you concentrate the energy to say you can bring them? Is there some manipulation taking place in the name of this crisis that we are yet to decipher?
Let me take some 3 or 4 messages. Good evening, Mr. Liu. The topic of your program today is very interesting. Good evening, Mr. Liu, and everyone there. The studio for close to 7 good years now. The government of Cameroon and its military intelligence, together with the use of drones, want to tell us that they don't know the hideouts of these boys. If the military decides to take, say, maximum 5 months to fish out the boys, they can do so. But so sorry to say that the Anglophone crisis has instead become a money-making something for both parties, and it's the reason for the delay to end the crisis. This one says we need to join with whoever have the visions that this evil we created should stop. We have to join them no matter who. Please, this should be our level of desperation. So thanks. Okay. Hello, good evening to you all in the studio. Apostle Ambe, you are a genius. These boys are so disgusting, and I think there is need for the government to do something very fast before the hand of a monkey turns to a human hand in the pot of soup. Emmanuel, writing from Guso.
2016 was maybe the introduction. In 2017, the population was, whoa, this thing is okay, we are for it. Everybody was supporting the fact that, I think Siseko used the statement, the restoration of the state. So he said the state of Southern Cameroon needs to be restored. And I remember on October 1st, 2017, that declaration was made, and a lot of people were willing to die for it. I was living in a corner. That's where my house is. And I saw how people were happy. People went to the streets even though the military was out. They even marched to Boya. And that day people were willing to die for this issue. And the days progressed. A lot of persons thought the thing was about to end. In fact, they didn't give even up to a year, because they thought maybe the thing would end in months and maybe they will get their state restored. But it continued. I finally left a corner myself in 2018 when it had gotten too hot, when bullets had entered my house. And I had to run away. And people were dying anyhow. If you ask me the question, where are we today? We are not where we started. I want to come back to tell Southern Cameroonians, all those of English expression of the Northwest and Southwest, what we created has now started eating us. It has become, in fact, the same snake, baby snake we were feeding, has become an anaconda and is now consuming us. It is seriously consuming us. It is unfortunate that we are seeing what is happening right now.